Now that we've uploaded all of our folders, subfolders, and files, we're ready to start creating groups, adding users, and setting permissions. So let's go ahead and click into the Permissions tab. So in this view, you'll see that I've already created 4 groups. In this instance, we'll assume that we're selling a business. We've got an asset for sale. And right now we've got 4 groups set up, and these are potential buyers. So if I click into one of these groups, and then I click into folder permissions, I'll see that we've got viewing, downloading, and uploading rights available to us. So in this case, we've given people the viewing rights, we've given them some downloading rights, and we haven't given them uploading rights to any of these folders. You'll also notice that folder number 5, Excel Revenue Profit Model, has no rights assigned to it. In a later video, we'll talk about how we have an Excel document in this folder that we want people to be able to download and edit or populate with their own content to see what spits out on the other side as an example. So this one we're going to grant access to an entirely separate group, and we won't be applying digital rights management, which we'll also speak about in another video, and that protects documents that have been uploaded. So let me create my 5th buyer group now. So I'll come up into the upper left and click New Group, and I'll call this Buyer 5. Now what I'll do is select one of those prior groups. They have the exact same permissions, all 4 of them, so I could select any one of those, and once I create the group, it's automatically going to assign those permissions to it. So I'll click Create, and there it is. We've got buyer group number 5. We see a little warning symbol here because we don't yet have any users assigned to the group, but you'll see that it is exactly the same as all of the others. Now, just to show you the functionality from scratch, and I can delete this group once I create it, I'll show you what it looks like if we customize the settings. I'll create another group, and I'll just call this Sample. So here, I'll customize. I'll create the group. It instantly brings me into my Folders Permissions tab, but now it has everything with a red strike through it. So we need to go through and assign the rights that we want these users to have. So in this case, if I went all the way to the top, All Files, and if I click on one of these items, it's going to assign that right to everything under that all file level. All of the folders, subfolders, and all of their contents. So I may not want to grant that level of access. I'll turn it off. And now I can go through at the parent folder level and grant accesses. So at folder number 1, if I grant viewing rights to it and now expand it, you'll see that it's granted that right to all of the subfolders as well. If I wanted to grant downloading rights within capital stock files, but only to subfolders, I can do that as well. And once again, I don't want to grant any upload rights. Now, if I collapse this, we can easily see that a solid green circle with a white check mark means that there's full rights within that folder for viewing in this instance. And with the green check mark means variable rights. And obviously the red circle with the strike through it means they have no access. So I can go through this process, selecting the rights that I'd want to grant as required. I'll also point out that at any point I can come in and change the name of this group by simply clicking the pencil icon at the top. I'll call this sample group now and rename. And that's done. So at this point as well, I don't want this group to exist any longer, so I'll go ahead and click the trash can and I'll remove this group. So in a later video, we'll come in and look at the other settings that we can apply to this group, and we'll also invite members to the group.